I don't know if we're on yet. Oh, we are. I'm going to change the thumbnail on this. Dook. Welcome to the Ministry of Tarot. I'm Natasha. I will be your hostess today. So I'm going to title this, all signs, exclamation point. Should I wait for them or not? I get that question almost 100% of the time that I ask for questions or if I give personal readings, like almost 100%. Plus, live unboxings of 3 decks. Live. Okay. There are no hashtags on this. Is this public? Yes, it is. Boom. I hope there's a chat. While that is saving. Still saving. But, in the meantime, I have 3 new decks. Okay, I have more than that, but we're going to unbox the Astro Matrix Tarot. And then we have the Modern Goth Tarot. And then an oracle called Love and Money. Yes, please. Okay, it's saved. So I'm going to go to the site and test my audio, and then we'll proceed. Hello. Oh, one person watching. Hello, welcome. Hello. Okay, I'm just going to begin. So, I need some light. Okay. Need the glasses. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Get into this. Boom, unboxing, the first one. Welcome. I'm glad hardly anybody is here because these unboxings can take a while, okay? Because I have to clean them. Because other people's hands touch them, Anyway, you know the drill. So this is the oracle. Smells okay. It smells kind of chemically. It smells chemical. Okay. Welcome. Here we go. So if your sage is not staying lit, what I do is I take a pen or something and go in the middle. And it kind of creates a hole. Anyway. So I'm going to, as I sage these, I'm going to show you some stuff. I think I have almost all the money I need. Well, it's half the money. So might get half of what I need to do surgically. Because I'm going to have to wait 6 months for the other half anyway. So, thank you for those who helped me. I made most of the money on my own. But I may be going abroad pretty soon. Oh, nobody's here. I knew I should have done it earlier, but I was busy. Boom. Okay, good enough. So I'm going to show you some of the cards. Okay. The first one is called Digital Whisper. This is the Oracle, which I know. So readers should not set the tone from the oracles. The oracle should come later, if they're used at all, as kind of like reiteration or to verify the reading that you got in the cards. Or it's to pose questions like, which energy should you hold? That kind of stuff. If someone's using all oracles or starting off the reading with oracles and then base everything around the oracles, no bueno, okay? But here you have Digital Whisper. And it says, oh, they have reversals too. Cool. Connections feel real but lack depth and craving physical touch while trapped in screens. Embracing each other digitally, but the longing for a touch remains. Isn't it interesting that I pulled this card with the theme of the reading that's here, right? Hello, everybody. So we're unboxing an oracle and 2 tarots, and then we're going to do an all signs. So I'll try to do it quick because I know you want to get to the reading. But it's really fitting. The first card that I show you from the oracle I just saged is that topic, right? Then you have gift. And then you have reaching out first. That's kind of interesting, right? Okay. But they have reversals too as well. But it has like a cartoonish Pulp Fiction kind of theme. Puppet, right? Trapped in a cycle of consumption and never satisfied. And then the reversals is, I don't care what it takes, how long it takes, who I upset, I'm cutting the strings. So there's a reversal part to it too, which is really interesting. Okay, but we will pull those at the end to either get advice or get an overall, right? Welcome, everybody. So the next card deck that we have is called the Astro Matrix. And you should always sage your new decks. I like to actually wash them, meaning, I don't mean like as in, you know, spreading it on the table and make sure it's mixed. I'll take a bowl of kosher salt and bury the deck in there. I'll unbox it, bury it in there, and it cleans it. Sometimes I'll lay it out so that it can get moonbeams, but I don't like to get too witchy about it. Okay. Oh, interesting. So it's traditional, but it's kind of rainbowy. See that? There's the Fool. But it has like a rainbow kind of, I wish you could see the colors in this. It's kind of beautiful. Right? So that's how the deck is set up. Put that back in. So again, saging so we get a really good reading or accurate reading. How is everybody? I had hair in my mouth. Excuse me. I hope you guys are doing well. Are any of my regular clients here? I hope so. So I like to unbox live and then get my first reaction from the cards. So even though this is based on Rider-Waite, I'm going to get different messages. Each deck has its own language, right? I have hardly any makeup on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to rest my face. I do have some. And I'm completely moisturized. Boom. Hello, everybody. So, again, when we do clean these decks and I show you a couple of the cards, I'm going to begin on the all signs. I always do them in astrological order, Aries through Pisces. And the theme of the reading today is, should I wait for them or move on? If you're a Virgo, it might be a redundant reading because we don't wait for anybody. So, oh, look at that. 7 of Swords. Really descriptive. And it's a house in the background instead of a circus or camp. Interesting, right? Oh, interesting. Here, there's a crow. And she almost looks like she's about, like, in the process of walking out of the circle of swords. I hate it when they stick together. So what I'm looking for in the deck when I open it up is not only the language it speaks in, but also whether they stick together, how smooth they are, whether I can easily cut them because I do a visual cut where I'm drawn to a certain part of the deck, whether they riffle okay when you're shuffling them, right? Boom. So let me show you a few of the cards. Oh, the 9 of Swords, really like kind of close up. I always check to see if there's blood on these. Oh, interesting. Oh no, they are on there. It almost looks like a woman here. At first I thought she was face up. Kind of like a hipster Page of Swords, right? With the beanie. See the 3 of Cups. Dancing in the Rain. Here, yeah, someone guarding their emotions. Doesn't mean good luck, sure. Doesn't mean she has all she needs. This almost has, like, for me, because this is new deck to me, it speaks to me in different ways. This has like a mixture of the 9 of Pentacles as well. Like, I have everything I need, biatch. I don't need you. Look at the rainbow. I love that. The rainbow. And the Page of Cups is an actual mermaid. That's kind of interesting, right? Someone's sitting in their emotions, but wants more. It almost seems like emotionally greedy, yeah? Okay. So, again, I'm about to gaining the language as soon as I see them. And just one more unboxing and then we can start. The Modern Goth Tarot. Looks Eurasian. Oh, this doesn't have any wrapper. Okay. I swear to you, I haven't looked at this before. Oh, there's a wrapper on it. Okay. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords. There's a Eurasian feel to it. I like the backs too. And these are kind of textured. Again, I listen for the riffle, whether they're easy to riffle. Okay, so 4 swords in the upright. Ace of Wands. So traditional, just different style. And here she's gothy, but she's dressed at least. That's nice. I mean, for our monetization. Judgment. He's really gothy. There's a card behind it. Sun. The Moon. Oh, he's sitting next to the dog and the wolf. That's amazing. And then the Star. Again, covered up. It's almost like this was made for YouTube's. Hi, everybody. Boom. Temperance. Death, but not. Okay, so very traditional. So we'll get on with the reading after we sage these. Is Steve here? G-Lads? Claire? Let's see, who else? Ambassador to Scorpio. Again, cleaning the deck, right? How is everybody? Are you good? No one's speaking. That's okay. You don't have to speak. Today I tested negative for COVID. So if I test myself in a couple of days, I can start going back out in the field. Okay. This is me rattling on. Okay. Let's see. So which one should I use for primary and which one for clarifying? I'm going to make the Modern Goth Tarot. I don't know. Yeah, I'll make this the clarifier. And the Astro Matrix, the primary. Okay, we'll begin with Aries. And then at the end of your reading, we will pull an oracle to get advice or ultimate outcome, that kind of thing, right? So the theme of this reading is, should I wait for them or move on? Because again, it's one of the most common questions I get for readings, okay? Should Aries wait for their person who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Aries wait for the person who they're thinking about now or move on forever? Should Aries wait for their person right now or wait for their person or move on forever? So, I mean, this could be an ex, or this could be someone who's overseas, I guess, or long distance relationship, or a no contact, or whatever it is, okay? Whoever you're thinking about right now. According to the cards right now. Ooh. I would say no, but I can tell that you're going to ruminate on it some more. Not telling you to, I'm just telling the energies I'm seeing in the cards is that this is completion. It's already ended for some time, right? For most of the Aries. If you want a personal reading just for you, then contact me or somebody else. But 10s are completion. Someone betrayed, okay? I mean, there's like vultures, okay? And they may come back just for like more pickings, right? They might breadcrumb you. And this could have put you in your head in another way, but it was a karmic in a way. Or it was karmic, meaning you had to have this experience, positive or negative, in order to grow spiritually, because this is a spiritual card, right? This is Sagittarius, Pisces, I feel Scorpio. But it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or Mars, right? But I tend to read just for sun signs. But here, this person's enlightened. You still lack clarity. Or you think you do. But really, I feel like this is your energy, even though this is a significator for Libra. Okay? I mean, this is a Justice card. Sometimes this means union, but you can see in this deck, and there's a reason why this came out. She's like guarding herself from energy, right? She's trying to find balance within herself by holding a single sword. And the scales are balanced on top of her head, right? And I think that signifies her subconscious. Like you're going to put it in the back of your mind, deal with the truth that you know right now, as exemplified or illustrated by the Ace of Swords that she holds in her hand. Libran energies, which is all about fairness and balance. Piscean energy, which is about 12th house, subconscious, a lot of subconscious energy. And then like, bam, right? That's like third decan Aquarian energy here. Okay? Tens are related to the Wheel of Fortune. There's a change. This has a number of 12. So if the knights had a number, it would be 12. So this is connected to a knight. And the 11 card is tied to the pages, right? You might hear news or someone may make a small communication, but I think it's breadcrumbing. See the vultures? They'll come back to north. So they might give you an ego call, you know? Hi, everybody. Welcome. So should you wait for them? I mean, the cards say yes and no. I'm a Virgo, like a double Virgo, so I'm going to say, you just need to move on. But the cards are saying there's something you need to work through with this person. But it's more like your deal than their deal. You may be triggered by them in an ego call or someone who wants to spend time with you and then leaves. They're in and out, right? And it kind of leaves you thinking, is this good for my soul? So you be searching spiritually. And then protecting yourself, possibly even legally. You see how she's crossing her arms? She's like, no. Right? And she almost looks like she's in vampiric repose, right? You're energetically tied to this person, whoever they may be, this first person that you thought of when you came onto the channel, right? There's an ending. It's already happened. Or if it hasn't, it's a betrayal coming up. But the theme of this reading for these all signs is, should I wait for them or should I move on, right? No matter what I say, I think you have some business on your end. This person feels like they've let go already, but they may use you. Or maybe you don't want to come back and you're like self-isolating. Hold on. The camera's doing something weird. Okay. Okay, let's clarify because I beat that to death. So I want to know what the Justice card means in this regard. This popped out. I'm going to put it back in the deck. The Eight of Cups. Of course. I'm going to put that back in the deck. Walking away. That slid out of the deck as I was preparing them to shuffle. For those of you who are new to the channel, I've had this channel for about 6 years, but I've been reading for 35 years. Okay? I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and feeling empathic. What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Aries? What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Aries? In regards to our question. What is the Justice card in the upright mean for Aries? In regards to their question. I like how the Goth deck riffles. I like how it shuffles. I can manage it. They don't stick together. Okay. What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Aries in regards to our question? I see the Seven of Swords in front of me. I see the Seven of Swords in front of my eyes. So that's either deception, escape, self-deception, right? Stealing, theft. Page of Pentacles in the upright. We're clarifying this card. So what does this mean? Yes, you're going to get news. You're going to get a communication from this person. They may, because it's earthy, right? You're going to love hearing from them. So you're not really over them. Or you're at least energetically tied to them. At the very least, you want to end things or separate. It's like fish or cut bait. If not, just let me go so I can, heal, right? But you can tell she loves hearing the news, right? Now, these are all romantic readings, so I just want to let you know. Yeah, they might ask you out. Like, they might come back for an ego. But the vultures really stand out to me. Someone coming back after it's dead because they need to feed, basically. Okay? This means coming together, union, a date. It's my date card, right? This is a lot of cards. And then Three of Cups. Yeah, you might go out with them. So what does this mean? Okay, is this a betrayal or just completion, right? What is this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Aries in regards to our question? What is this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Aries in regards to their question? Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Look, King of Pentacles in reverse. I think this person has an agenda. This is the ungenerous King in reverse. Okay? I don't know if they've got Capricorn energy or Earth energy. Anywhere in their chart, doesn't matter, right? What they show you is the Earth energy. Like, I'm grounded, I know exactly what I want, but they're greedy, like a vulture, right? Vultures eat anything, it doesn't matter. Look at this, Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if this person, like, hey, I'll take you out to the best restaurant in town if you go out with me. This is like, just like, I had like an 8-year relationship and I left. And it got to the point where he was offering his brand new Jaguar to me. And I had spent 8 years with this person. And I realized at that point, he never bothered to get to know me. Everything is transactional with him. He would have known that at that time, for me, it was about emotions, not stuff. I mean, I left the 5,000 square foot house and everything I needed because he was a jerk, right? There's no way I was going to stay. I don't care what you throw at me, right? So, yeah. So you have the Page. The only thing missing is the Queen, but all in reverse. Someone has a lot of glitter, but not the actual gold, right? They have nothing to offer, but they pretend that they do. So I think the advice is obvious, but let's do the Love and Money Oracle. Now, for those who's just joined us at the beginning, before we started the readings, we unboxed 3 decks. The Astro Matrix, the Modern Goth, and the Love and Money Oracle. I feel like you're almost healed and ready to move on. There's a part of you that's still waiting, even though, you go back and forth and think, oh, it's over because this person hasn't called me in like 3 months or whatever it is, right? What is the advice for Aries in how to get over this person as quickly as possible and move on? What is the advice for Aries about whether they should... What is the advice for Aries so that they can heal as soon as possible from this connection and move on? Ooh, it's upright. Bad news. This is a pop out. I'm going to put it back in the deck. Rapid escalation of events causes panic and urgency. A sudden crisis disrupts your plans and creates chaos. The unbearable truth weighs heavily on your heart. So again, you're pretty sure. You're like 99.9% sure, but there's like this part of you, which is not like Aries to long. They kind of like, oh, well, there'll be another one, I mean, that's mostly the attitude. Gillette! Hi, babe. You missed the unboxing, sweetheart. We unboxed 3 of them. But I'm so happy you're here, Anna. But every time this person comes in, it's like, okay, I'll go back to the old plan where I envisioned the rest of my life with this person. And then it's always you who has to make the adjustment spiritually, right? So the fact that this person comes in, that's the telltale sign that someone's a breadcrumber. They come in and out. And if they stay, they're not going to give you anything anyway. You didn't miss much. It was just me cleaning them over stage, basically. Okay, so that was the pop out. Let's see if it comes out again. So in a way, they cause chaos, right? I'm so happy you're here, babe. Welcome, everybody. What's the advice for Aries to get over this person who they're thinking about right now as quickly as possible so they can move on with their lives? Ooh. Oh, God, what a pro. Had a bunch of cards fall out. 4, I think. Let me sure, please. Make certain I got all of them. Nope, there's 5. I can't see. Mimic chest. Gift. No exit. Speculation in reverse. I'm going to put all these back in. But promotion channel. Okay. What's the advice for Aries to get over this person as quickly as possible and move on? I heard don't call them, don't call them. That sounds like the Aries I dealt with. He was a worrywart and always had something health-wise because he would panic over everything. God, he sounds like a triple Virgo. Are you sure he's an Aries? Hey, this is your advice. Boom. I see 2 cards, actually. Boom. And they're both in reverse. Reaching out first is in reverse. See, I heard don't call them. I don't have the time or the capacity to understand our connection. It's best to leave it alone. Unless you decide to take the first step. And then internet is in reverse. So don't email them or text them either. And yeah, I would be like, nope, either. I mean, as well. I focus too much on what could have been gained and neglected what truly mattered. My lack of trust caused a rift. I regret not seeing the true value of our bond. Okay? But this is your energy, right? Maybe you were in and out too, but because you were probably mirroring this person, I'm guessing. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. So for those of you joining us, like G, let's. The Oracle, we unboxed 3. Love and Money is the Oracle. Astro Matrix is the primary. And then the Modern Goth Tarot is the clarifier. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you, if you like the reading, right? I would appreciate it because it helps the channel. And I would do it for you. You know, it's free, so. Love, love, love. Oh, good. Now, Taurus. Should Taurus wait for the person who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Taurus wait for the person who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? I heard move on forever. Should Taurus wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Ooh, I got tinglies. So sometimes my fingers tinkle when I have to stop shuffling, or my spirit guide, Jenny, says stop. And then I do. Yeah, okay. I think like Aries, you're still gonna... It's not so much you have business, but maybe you have money ties to this person. Like if they're your baby mama or baby daddy, right? Or whatever. Yeah. Either you've lost all... You have to clarify. Either you've lost all logic and love, or they have, right? The Queen of Swords in reverse, that's my bitchy queen, okay? In reverse, she's like a terrorizing queen, right? Someone who is not going to protect you, is not logical, not rational, right? And they tend to break contracts or break promises. And there's like no peace. It's like this dove is wanting to fly into the cup. Like it's almost like flying into a window. It's like a dive bomb, right? And all the emotions have flown out. There's no new beginning, or there's a false start in a... Come baby. Kim, you don't have any place to lay down with me. Why don't you come here, baby? Sorry, guys. Hold on. I got rid of my second... Kim, baby, you want to come here? Kim. Meow. Meow. You can come lay here, baby. Kim. I got rid of a chair that I have here that he sat on next to me. It was just too much stuff. Anyway, I don't know if you have financial ties to them, you know. See, this person might be transactional as well, no matter if they're a female or a male, okay? Okay, let's clarify. How are you, babe? Are you doing good today? What is this Queen of Swords in reverse mean for Taurus in regards to our question? What's this Queen of Swords in reverse mean for Taurus in regards to this question? This person, no matter who they are, they could be a male because the female card is in reverse, okay? Female or male. Androgynous or binary, however the fuck you want to think about it, okay? I don't like to mince or parse that deeply, but this person's looking in the past. That's how it appears on my table, okay? So they're distracted by someone on their mind. That person that's on their mind appears to not be you, okay? What's this Queen of Swords in reverse mean? For Taurus. Ooh, darn it. God, it's almost like I'm shuffling for the first time. Sorry, guys. It's not like I've been doing this for 35 years. Over 35. I think it's going to be 36 years, actually. Please clarify the meaning of this Queen of Swords in reverse for Taurus. Meow. 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 Come here. Hey, here. I'm going to force a cut. Monkey. Monkey. Meow. Monkey. Meow. Meow. Yeah. This person is in their head about someone else. That's not you. Okay, that's how it appears on my... It's the Eight of Swords. You see how there's like bats? Okay. This person is energetically tied to somebody else, or they think someone else is their soulmate. Is the bottom line. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they might be spending a lot of time out or celebrating. See how the hands are here? You see how their hands are here? There's someone that they're trying to grab. They're trying to win someone. I'm going to put that back in the deck. So, are you on the cusp of a brand new water cycle, emotional cycle? Because this, now you know that this person is thinking about someone else. It's not you. Okay. What's this Ace of Cup? Or are you meeting someone new? Right? Because that's the start of the new. That's the Ace of Cup, really. Okay. Let's check. What's this Ace of Cup in reverse mean for Taurus? In regards to this question, what's this Ace of Cup in reverse mean for Taurus? In regards to this question, I feel like if someone comes into, like, if you start crushing on someone else, you quickly stop thinking about this person. So you might have an obsession. Yeah, you're healing. You do heal. This is the Three of Swords in reverse. Right? This is the upright. This is healing or confusion. I think you're healing emotionally. So the answer is you should move on, right? And here you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. The other shoe drops. Whether this is the shoe right now, me telling you, hey, this person's thinking about another person. You may not have known that. And so you get the information you need to close the door. This is the ending, and the Ten of Wands is the completion. You're healing. I kind of want to know what this means. Are you tied to this person, or are you trying to, like, hold back? But, I mean, this is not an emotional card. Some readers, it depends on the reading. But 99.9% of the time, this is, saving money or not sharing money. That's what that card means. It's the miser card. Okay? Can you be miserly with your emotions and your feelings? I guess. So that's why we have to clarify. Is this money? Is this person icky because are you stable financially? Is that what that means? So there's each of these cards. Hi, everybody. Each of these cards could mean a lot of things. So that's why we clarify, right? What's this Four of Pentacles in the upright mean for Taurus in regards to our question? What does this Four of Pentacles in the upright mean for Taurus in regards to this question? What is the Four of Pentacles in the upright mean in regards to this question? I keep thinking about Jeremy Renner. You know that actor who was run over by his own snowplow last year or whatever? I'm not saying Jeremy Renner does this. I'm just saying the feeling I get when I see him, his face and I'm not I don't care about Jeremy. I'm glad he's rehabilitated, after a terrible accident. I'm not a Starkbucker, so I don't know anything about celebrities, okay? But it came in front of me, but there's this icky feeling like this person seeks like mercy sex a lot. They'll tell you a sad story about them and then expect sex or something. And that's in regards to this card. Eight of Cups in reverse. Can't let go. I don't know if you have financial ties to this person. I don't know. Definitely a soulmate, meaning good, bad, right, or wrong. We're soulmates with people, okay? Whether it's like a good thing or a bad thing. You're meant to have an experience with this person. You either taught them something or you learned something from them. Okay? And maybe that's what it actually helps your financial stability in some way. And look, you have the Nine of Cups. So you may meet someone, perhaps earthy, perhaps a Cancer, or a combination thereof, who's stable financially, but there might be miserly. They might be a soulmate. Maybe that's why the Eight of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups, which is related to the Lover's card, okay? And then the Nine of Cups is related to the Hermit, okay? It could be a Virgo Cancer combination, okay? Interesting. I think the reading is telling Tauruses, yeah, forget about them because they're thinking about someone else anyway, okay? Now you have, how many nines do you have? You have two nines, which means as a tarot cluster, documents. Okay, so you may, there's something about documents. Okay, whether it's a divorce decree or a Dear John letter or whatever it is. Okay, so since you have the advice, someone apparently new is coming in that's going to distract you and help you heal from this. I'm not getting a timeline. I have two nines, which makes me think of September. Okay. So through September through January of 2026. What is the ultimate outcome of this reading for Taurus? What is the ultimate outcome for Taurus and this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Taurus in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Taurus in regards to this reading? What's the ultimate outcome for Taurus in regards to this reading? Hello, everybody. How's your channel doing, G? Anna? Ooh. Trap. I don't know if you're listening to this reading or not. Right? Look at this. Trap. And it's like a love trap. It says, so it's a warning. You are in danger regardless of waiting on this person. Okay? That's why this card as an ultimate outcome came up. Drawn to deceptive allure and ignoring the hidden dangers. False promises of gain lure you into risky decisions. Masked risk presents itself as a safe set. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm happy and sorry to hear that. I have subscribed to your channel, by the way. Sudden wealth. Remember, I said, as a result of this, you become more financially stable, okay? And then this sudden wealth card comes. If you get like an inheritance or something, I'm not saying that you are. I'm just using an example. Then you're like, oh, I'll just, travel the world, and then you meet somebody. Money is a distraction somehow that leads you possibly to either, yeah, I don't know, my channel grew so fast. I mean, I had a lot of subscribers like my second month, So I hope it grows quickly, honey. False security lingers in the material abundance, masking deeper voids. You can remember I said distraction. In order to get away from this person and stop thinking about them, you're going to have to distract yourself because you're not going to have closure with this person. Okay, it looks like from the cards. Constant craving for external validation dims the value of inner worth. Okay, so this is an inner worth thing. You're in danger. So it's a warning. This is an ultimate outcome. But, Tarot is dynamic, okay? You know where the energies are headed. So you have to shift and make sure this doesn't happen is the bottom line. Don't seek your value in whether this one person accepts you or not. Obviously, they're an idiot, okay? I'm just saying. But there's in danger of not healing. Okay? This is an empty cup. Okay, on to Gemini. How do you like the cards so far, G? I have even more to... I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks that I yet need to open. Still. Geminis. Should Geminis move on from the person they're thinking about right now? Should Geminis wait for the person who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Geminis wait for the person? There's a thing too. Why are you waiting for someone? Why are they making you wait? But they could be busy at work, I guess, so I don't know. Anyway, it's my most popular question, so that's why I'm having... This is the first time in 6 years I'm having this channel that I've actually done this question. Because again, I'm a double Virgo and I'm like, why wait? Obviously, they're not a thing for you. You know what I mean? So, Geminis, should you wait for the person who's on your mind right now or move on forever? Should Geminis wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or should they move on forever? Should Geminis wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Boom. Boom. Oh my God. Definitely no. King of Pentacles in reverse. Greedy, not generous. I don't know if they've had anger management issues in the past, but they may have converted to a faith recently, had a conversion, I want to say, because this is ascension after a catastrophe, right? Or this is ascension after, I keep seeing it's kind of a weird vision that I'm getting. I see mountains. I'm looking over I'm almost above and I see a bunch of mountains and I see something just wiping out the mountains. Like, I mean, this is a natural disaster card too. And I do forecast, okay? I tend not to look at past stuff, because it's redundant. You already know what your past is, so why freaking do a reading about it, okay? Because I don't need validation. I've been reading for 35 years, so you just do you. But see how there's ascension, right? And then there's a king of air. It's a lovely king of air. Like, I really like it. He's like up in the clouds. Right? So 2 kings of Satara cluster mean a business cooperative. So I don't know if you know this person through work somehow. You don't necessarily have to work with them. You can meet them you could have met them through their work, or they came in and you're in the office and then that's how you met. Or your industries overlap every once in a while, right? But 2 kings, you met them through work. And if you don't work, this person might work with 2 other male or females. At any rate, this is a manipulator and a gaslighter, somebody who can't keep his deals. This is someone who's ruthless, and if they feel like you've done them wrong, then they do stuff to get back at you, whether it's monetarily or sleeping with someone else, or, I mean, Capricorns tend to be that, right? Because maybe they have a hard time showing anger. But this feels like a conversion card. Remember, these are new decks to me. I've never seen them before today. Okay? So they're giving me their own language. This, to me, like a return to faith, like religious faith, is what I'm getting from that card. Okay, let's clarify. So the answer is no. This person hasn't changed. They're going through a change. I don't know what the outcome of it is going to be, but right now, the conversion to faith, sometimes it's instant, but then it gets developed thereafter. There is such a thing as instant conversion or instant reconversion. But this, most of the time it's a process. Something happens which challenges your beliefs. So you either find comfort or direction through scripture or a faith or a belief system, and you kind of devote a lot of time to learning about it, right? But sometimes you can see what the process is, because, for instance, it's making me think of Saint Mary of Egypt, who's a prostitute, right? And she screwed her way onto a boat sailing to Jerusalem because they were going to the Church of the Holy. It was a pilgrimage. So she slept her way onto the boat because she didn't have the fare. And this is in Cairo. And then when she saw people going into the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, an invisible force kept her from being able to get into the church. And then when she saw people passing her, that's why she was instantly converted. And after that, she was able to enter the church. She took Holy Communion for the first time. And then everybody went back to Egypt, but she walked into the desert and became a hermit. And she just lived on Holy Communion. Okay, because there was a priest who found her and then would come with Holy Communion. And she wouldn't eat or drink. She would just, apparently, according to the hagiography, she survived just on the Holy Communion, right? So she was nourished by God. Now, the Tower card sometimes can mean an earthquake, but this could be a spiritual quake. Okay? One of my longtime clients asked me over the weekend whether I saw an earthquake coming, because he seemed to remember it from one of the readings I did a few months ago. And I did, but then it faded, and then it came back in April, and then it faded. But today in California, Ferndale, California had 4 around 3.0s. Now, these are small quakes, they're small tremors, but there are 4 just today, and they all matched in intensity. Now, Ferndale, California is north of me, near Eureka, and it's about 35 miles away from the beginnings or the endings of the subduction zone. And everybody's talking about this volcano on June 6th, okay? But earthquakes are, I want to tell you, this seems important to tell you, this person's going to suffer an earthquake. And this person may need, like, the volcano that's beginning to erupt or about to erupt underneath the sea off California or our Oregon coast or whatever. You can see the plate is releasing energy. There's a lot of energy, so it leaked 4 times today in Ferndale, is basically the bottom line. Okay? It's like that. This person is just leaking. Should you move on? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying not to be biased because of my double Virgo-ness, but this person has a lot to work out. If they're still appearing like this, right? Or maybe you feel this, and maybe this is you, right? Where you're ascending. But I feel compelled to sit in their energy right now. Okay? So I'm just telling you that. Okay, so I want to clarify the Tower in reverse, of course. There might have been a big fallout between of you in the past, but like I said, I forecast. Okay? So should you wait for them? The answer is no, according to the orientation of the cards. They're all in reverse. Okay? What's this Tower card in reverse mean for Geminis? In relation to this question, what does the Tower in reverse mean for Geminis? I heard they gave you nothing. They gave you nothing. Meaning that you gave more than them. What does this Tower in reverse mean for Geminis? Maybe you're getting past the anger. That's why the Tower's in reverse. What does this Tower in reverse mean for Geminis? I'm just going to force a cut. I just heard a funky relationship. Look, King of Swords again, but in the upright. I think, is this a king? Yes, it is a king. I think this person finds their truth. I feel like they're religiously inclined. Now you have 3 kings as a tarot cluster now. And that means a group of powerful men. Now this could be a group of brothers, right? And then you have the 7 of Cups in reverse, a wake-up call. This person is going through a wake-up call, and it feels religious to me. I have to keep saying that over and over again because I feel that. So should you wait for them because they're coming around to God and maybe more empathetic and compassionate and ethical and moral in their dealings with people and in their romantic relationships? I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. Because the 7 of Cups comes before the 8 of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. Two sevens of tarot cards mean mutual respect. They will learn how to respect you. I don't think that they'll love you. And if they do become more open because of their faith, they're going to demand that you be just as intense in their faith as they are. I don't know. It's all about them no matter what. Time waits for no man. Neither should we, in my opinion. I agree. Okay. I'm going to get the ultimate outcome. I'm not loving the unstableness of it. 9, 2 7s, right? Where am I getting the 9? Now, the kings are tied to the temperance card in number. If the kings had a number, it would be the number 14, right? No patience, no compassion, no protection, right? In the reverse. What's the ultimate outcome to this question for Geminis? What's the ultimate outcome to this question for Geminis? What's the ultimate outcome to this question for Geminis? What's the ultimate outcome in terms of this question for Geminis? I can't see it. Oh, I see it. So the cards kind of light up where I should cut in the deck. That's why I'm kind of careful about how I do that. Walls closing in reverse. Here it is in the upright. See, this is a person worth waiting for, right? He's in the can or the clink or whatever it is. He's separated, but by force. It's their choice that they are. Our background may be worlds apart, but our hearts remain aligned, breaking the walls that keep to try to keep us apart. Even when the world sees walls, we find a way to stay united, choosing love over division. It's the number 15 card. So the number 15 is tied to the card we don't speak of, the number 15 in the Rider-Waite, right? So it's lusty, right? There's something maybe naughty about the connection, right? I'm so thirsty. So you may go back to this person or try to. And you got the same card that Taurus did. Just know your value. Okay, keep your value in mind if you do. Okay? Because, you know, one person may be into love, and one person may be into money. One person, I mean, it's just like Chris Rock and that bit he does about, you know, how people when they're married, they have to have this same basic beliefs or the habits or, you know, like if you like movies, they have to like movies. If you like, you know, church, they got to go to church. Because if you don't, people separate. But he says 2 crackheads will stay together forever because they're aligned, right? So anyway, okay, now we're going to read for Cancer signs. Oh, yummy. Did I run out already? Jeez. Just a minute, guys. Oh, I had a restful weekend. I mean, I worked still a lot, but today I didn't work. Today is the one day I didn't work. And I got a great deal done that I was wanting to do anyway. It's going to be another busy week. And we're moving into budget season, so. Okay. Where are we at on juice? I can't see. Oh, okay. Cancer signs. Hello, everybody. Should Cancers wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Wow, it's really stuck. Should Cancer signs wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Cancer signs wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? These cards wanted to come out. And they're 3 cards, so cool. The middle card is this. Sorry. The middle card is this. 9 of Swords in the upright. Insomnia. But even though this looks like a real... When I look at this, I get a lot of anxiety. But that's just what it is, anxiety. This is the making mountains out of molehills. This is needless worry is the key phrase for this card. Kind of rough waters, right? And then you had to have the High Priestess in reverse. In the upright, she's a holder of knowledge. She teaches, but sometimes she keeps it a secret. She's a holder of secret knowledge and secret keys. Taurus and Piscean energy, okay? You had in reverse, something is revealed. But 9 signify an ending. 10s are completion, right? You have 2 cards in reverse, which means the answer is no. You should not wait for them. A lot of turbulent energy, right? I don't know if this is your energy or their energy. Let me ask. Would the Shuffle Tarot be? Because what I say next which would depend on whether this is you or them. Okay? And I honestly can't tell. Is this reading signifying Cancer's energies or the person they're thinking about? Or the people they're thinking about? In regards to the cards I'm looking at now, is this representative of Cancer's energies or the people they're thinking about right now? I think it's their energy. Because you have the Ten of Wands. Now, the Shuffle Tarot merges two or more Rider-Waite to make a more dynamic messages. You can see the cups are missing. And there's just togetherness, union. There's also completion. Someone can't move on yet. But one of you is. Right? And if it's a fire sign, most definitely they're moving on. So this might be their energy. Okay? Especially if they're a fire sign. And let's see, tens. That's fixed energy. I mean, they could be any fire sign. Okay, so let's clarify. The answer is no, you should not wait for them. But I want to clarify what the High Priestess is. What's this High Priestess in reverse in regards to Cancer signs? The person they're thinking about right now. What does this High Priestess in reverse mean for Cancer signs? In regards to their person who they're thinking about right now. I heard Tub of Horrors. That's what I heard. I don't know what to tell you. Comes in here, comes out. Oh my God. Remember, I heard Tub of Horrors, which doesn't make sense. They are in the upright. I want to say that. But they might be studying the occult. This is knowledge. which is a cult, but like dark occult. Okay? Or they're one of those worshipers. I can't say the name of this card. It's this card, so you figure it out. Okay? It's almost like a kind of, I don't know, it's weird. I don't like it. Tub of Horrors. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I think this person is studying weird stuff or doing weird stuff online, something like that. They're dark. They're very dark. I'm not loving this. Okay. The answer is definitely no. So let's see what the ultimate outcome is. I know, right? What's the ultimate outcome for Cancer signs in regards to this question? What's the ultimate... like I can feel the energy leave. What is the ultimate outcome? Fuck. I don't know if I'm doing it too close to the edge of the table or what. This is too many cards. I have a bunch of stuff I usually don't have in front of me here, so they're on the edge of the table. What's the ultimate outcome for Cancer signs in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Destiny. Look at that. Bang. Yeah, you need to let go of this person so you stop. You can both stop. You know, it's ended. That's why the 9. The number on this card is 10. So you have change coming in the near future. Passionate love and strong desire bring you fulfillment and joy. Destined to be together, your happy ending is assured. Strong, unbreakable bond. Somebody else is coming in. Okay? That's the ultimate outcome. You'll find somebody way better. So, the answer is, don't wait for this person. Ugh. You know what I mean? Okay. Now we're going to read for Leos. How are you guys? Leos. Should Leos wait for the people they're thinking about right now, the person they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? Should Leos wait for the person who's on their minds now, or move on forever? I'm seeing either, I think it's like the 3 of Cups. It could be. It's like a 2 of Cups and then it morphed into a 3 of Cups. So there might be a reunion of some kind. Or celebration after a union or date. Should Leos... I hate these cards. I'm really not liking how these cards shuffle. This Astro Matrix Tarot. Should Leos wait for the person who they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? What weird phrase is coming to me. Chocolate headache. Whatever. I'm going to have to clarify because it's a little... Here you have the King of Cups. Might be a water sign. They might be your age or older, but this one looks really young. What's coming out of their cup? Oh, nothing. It's part of their costume. Then you have the Hierophant in reverse. Here it is in the upright. You can see they're carrying some kind of trident or something. But this is toe the line, conventionality, marriage, keeping up with the Joneses. In reverse, it's like the beat of your own drum, right? Go with the flow. Anarchy. And then you have the Temperance card in reverse. So you have water, Sagittarius, Taurus, Aquarius energy. Okay? This one's alchemy, right? Reverse. I don't know. I mean, with two spiritual cards right next to each other in reverse, it could be that this person I don't know if you guys remembered him, but he used to have a show on NBC. I mean, he's been around forever, like with Sports Center and all that, since I was in high school. But Keith Olbermann, it's that kind of energy. I think he's an Aquarius. I don't know why I know that. But someone who is just going to do what they want to do. They might wear their heart on their sleeve, but in a very cold way. I don't know how to explain that. Because I see someone holding out their arm and I see a white sleeved shirt like a man's. And then like the shirt is covering what they're showing. So it's like they only show what, it's like I was telling somebody the other day, I only show people what I want them to know. Online, If you know anything about me, it's because I shared it, but it's a calculated share. Okay? Because I have a history of stalkers. So I let you know what I want you to know or feel comfortable with, right? It seems like a lot in a way it is, but there's this whole other side of me that I keep private just for protection. Okay? Impatience, anarchy. I'm going to have to clarify. I mean, the fact that you have 2 out of 3 cards in the reverse means no. But you might consider, or they might consider, an unconventional relationship with you. Like, you're married, but you live apart. Like, you have like 2 houses next to each other, but you live apart. It's just a, if people knew about it or what they know about it, people talk about it as being weird. Like, oh, that's different. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? There's something unusual about it. But you're still together. But if you're not with them and you wonder if you should wait around with them, for them, the answer is no. They have feelings. Okay? They have feelings. They might even have good intentions, but everything is on their terms. So it seems to me from the cards that you guys are not aligned on how you, in other words, you may want to get married and they're like, no. What's a piece of paper? Well, it's protection. That's what it is. Whatever it is. Okay. Okay. You don't believe in marriage. I do. So you can't, there's some component or belief that makes you incompatible anyway. Okay? So, what's BRB? What's BRB, honey? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's clarify. We're still in Leo, by the way. What's this Hierophant card in reverse mean in regards to this question? What's this Hierophant card in reverse mean in regards to this question? What's the Hierophant card mean in regards to this question? What's the Hierophant card mean in regards to this question? What's the Hierophant card mean in regards to this question for Leo? What's this Hierophant card in reverse mean in regards to this question for Leo?
Monkey Kim Kim, baby Kim Kim.
They don't want a union. So, Judgment. Usually this is the second chance card. Okay. So we'll have to clarify that. I don't think they even know what they want. Are they going to offer it or not? They come in with it, but they don't offer it. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Okay. So, no protection. That's what it means. Or it's not a spiritual union. I still don't know what BRB means. Can you let me know? What's this Judgment card? Oh, wrong deck. What's this Judgment card mean in the upright for Leos? What's this Judgment card in the upright mean for Leos? What's this Judgment card in the upright mean for Leos? What's this Judgment card in the upright mean? I heard promotion. Promotion. What's this Judgment card in the upright mean for Leos? Boom. Yeah, Four of Swords in reverse. Healing. You have three spiritual cards here, okay? The Hierophant, the Judgment card, and the Temperance card. Definitive spiritual connection with this person, energetic, spiritual, but that doesn't mean you have to stay with them, okay? Because Four of Swords in reverse coupled would be Four of Wands in reverse. It's unstable, okay? You might be in enforced rest. One of you is coming out of it, but it's still... This is after the Three of Swords. Oh, look what we have. And when we don't speak of, coupled with the Fool. This person might come back and, you know, make promises they can't keep. They might believe them at the time because Aquariuses usually do. But they're so changeable, you know? It's always kind of like their way or the highway. It's very changeable. So I would move on. So I'm going to get you the ultimate outcome. What's the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome for Leos in regards to this question? Flexibility in reverse. I doubted our ability to adapt and grow together, causing unnecessary pain. But now I see that our bond is more flexible and resilient than I imagined. So this person may believe that you can roll with the punches. So they may come back. The ultimate outcome, again, is that you're going to have to be flexible if you're going to be with them or stay with them. Happy ending in reverse. Okay, so that's the ultimate outcome if you decide to wait for them. Okay, now Virgos. I already know the answer. Should Virgos wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Virgos out there wait for the person who's on their mind or walk away forever? Should Virgos wait for the person whom they're thinking about right now, or walk away forever? I heard shunning. So this person is playing games, right? They're pretending like you don't matter, which disqualifies them immediately, okay? You want to be around people who make you feel good. And so there's a saying, someone's either the wind in your sails or an anchor in your tails. This person is an anchor. But they'll feed off your wind, right? Because, I don't know, it's icky. I don't like it. Should Virgos wait around for the person who they're thinking about right now and move on forever? The answer is definitely no. Don't wait for them. The essential is like unhappiness, right? Here's Empress. I don't know, like this thing like they like people being connected to them. They play games, so they might even have gotten people pregnant to keep them tied to them. And then the Nine of Swords in reverse. Your dark night of the soul is over. So you already know the answer to this. You're the Empress. Right? This is unhappiness or an ending to an emotional chapter or cycle or completion. And then the Nine of Swords is in reverse. The dark night of the soul is over. You already know the answer. Let's get the ultimate outcome, because that's pretty straightforward. What's the ultimate outcome for Virgos in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome in regards to this question for Virgos? What's the ultimate outcome for Virgos in regards to this question? Guidance from above. Of course. Willingness to be open of the connection brings graceful understanding and enhances your presence. Clarity arrives when you allow yourself to be receptive. Yeah, I think Virgos are really closed off to whoever they're thinking about right now. And that is the number 32 card. And then here you have the number 6 card. Interest. Chasing material gain at the cost of deeper connections. Valuing wealth over emotional bonds. Profit prioritized, heart overlooked. So you're going to get guidance from God or whoever, right? And you're going to focus on the money like you have been. That's the ultimate outcome. Maybe you'll have a moment where you allow this person to gain closure with you, but I don't think you really care, honestly. Like, okay, just remember when this person did whatever they did, because Virgo's sign groups have the same general challenges, but that's why these readings work. And Virgos tend to be givers. Anybody who's shunned you or played games with you, they treated you like they wanted you to perceive them. Okay? They might have been like openly cruel or something. But because you're such a nice person, you know, and they didn't give you an opportunity for closure because they're bitches or they're dicks, right? So, I mean, I say don't let them have closure. Leave them, you know, flapping in the wind like they did you. But that's because because I'm a Virgo. Virgos aren't vindictive, but they'll get you back. Okay. Libras. Should Libras wait for their person who they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? Should Libras wait for their person who they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? Should Libras wait around for the person whom they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? I heard move on forever. I heard they're not coming back. I see somebody hanging up a phone, like an old-timey phone. Waiting, trying to grow something new, like, so you're self-sufficient. And 3 of Pentacles, building or rebuilding. I feel like this person, like, cuts you down to the core. And 3 of Wands in reverse. Now, if we get 3 threes, that means lies. But right now, you're trying to rebuild. You're trying to get stable again. You're trying to find opportunities to move on. You might even, they might be an architect, or you might be an architect. But you're trying to create, like, even maybe a visual plan about how to move forward without this person. Like, say you watch this reading and go, okay, well, I'm listening to the reading, and the advice is to move on according to the cards. So how am I going to be self-sufficient emotionally and monetarily? How am I going to rebuild? How do I get to the 4 of Pentacles, where I can decide who to share with or not? How can I get to the 4 of Wands, where I'm stable? 3 of Wands is a relocation card, I'm just saying. But then this is like a stay put card. So, you might actually leave town, leaving behind a foundation you've built for at least 7 years, because Pentacles are years, right? So anyway, I think you know the status already, but every once in a while you check in with the reader and go, is there a chance, or should I move on like I think I should? So you've had an inkling of this, but this is waiting, right? This is someone who doesn't have an opportunity. I don't know if you're in a relationship and planning on moving out, like while they're at work or something. That's a possibility. Because Libras don't like big confrontations, right? But you don't want to cross the Libra. They can be cold, ruthless, man. Hey, what's this 3 of Wands in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does this 3 of Wands in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does these 3 of Wands in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? Boom. We're going, what does this mean? Does this mean a lost opportunity or a loss of stability? 10 of Pentacles. That's in the upright. That's amazing. I think you're planning on moving. That you've been saving up money, waiting, if you're with them. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. The quintessential, universal, I'm independent, I'm self-sufficient. You might gain a lot of money because this is a money gain in the central. Waiting for money to come in, money gain or promotion. Lost opportunity, but you don't care because you have 10 of Pentacles and maybe you spend 1 pentacle to move. So you're flush, right? I think you know something is over and so you're not waiting around anyway, but you were curious, to know the answer. What's the ultimate outcome for Libras in regards to this question? I heard they'll leave them. So the majority of Libras might be like physically living with this person. Is the vibe I'm getting, plus I heard it. What's the ultimate outcome for Libras in regards to this question? Yeah, it's better that you don't tell people before you go. Even people you know. Like, if you have mutual friends, I wouldn't tell them. Because I feel like you're, like, splitting. Like, while they're at work or something. I don't know. I feel like this person may do something really vindictive. Like, if they know you're going to clear out the house, they'll call the cops, so the cops will show up. Like, hey, somebody's breaking into my... I don't know. This person's dark. No exit is the ultimate outcome. This person's going to... See how this is like an Escher painting? The never-ending staircase? This person will... I don't think it's dangerous necessarily, but this person will have a hard time letting you go. Trapped in a situation with no exit or escape, experiences a perpetual return to the same situations. Trapped in an infinite loop with no escape, engages in a Sisyphean task that never ends. What's Sisyphean? That's a new word I've never heard before. And I'm 56. No exit. So this is the ultimate outcome. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 3 make 8. Twin flames. Now, twin flames, you don't necessarily have to be with your twin flames. Okay? Routine. I mean, you might get back together. Even if you do leave, the ultimate outcome might be that you get back together. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying the cards are showing me that. What the ultimate outcome is. Okay? This person will follow you around. Not in a dangerous way. But they will try hard to keep you. I don't know if the motivation is love or money, though. Or neediness. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to read for Scorpios. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're reading for Scorpios now. Should Scorpios wait for the person who they're thinking about now? Or move on forever? Should Scorpios wait for the persons they're thinking about now? Or move on forever? Should Scorpios wait for the persons who they're thinking about now? Or move on forever? So this reading is for all Scorpios. I don't just throw things at a wall and let one person claim it. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay. In other words, tarot is a technology that allows anyone to read for a group of Scorpios or Aries or Virgos, right? And so it's not just for one person. And that's ridiculous to say, okay, claim this. No. All of you will be experiencing some form of the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Of the Hermit. Strong Virgo energy. And the Five of Swords in reverse. Whether it's some of you might be, the Five of Swords is in your work. Or in your love life. Or with your family. Or with your money, right? So, but all of you will experience the Five of Swords in reverse. In regards to the question. All of you will be searching for answers. And self-isolating. Which you do, right? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You have two reversals, so the cards are saying no. Okay? But you might be contemplating this before you actually call it quits or move on. Okay? This is the slowest Knight. In reverse, it moves fast. Then there's a slowdown again where someone self-isolates, right? And then two people win over you. Meaning, whether you stay or go, it's lose-lose. What I'm feeling from the cards is that the person who you're thinking about right now is not your rest of your life person. According to the cards. Okay? Oh, yummy. Okay. What's this Five of Swords in reverse mean? For Scorpios and their question. What's this Five of Swords in reverse mean? For Scorpios and their question. How come you won't tell me what BRB means, honey? I don't know what that means. What's this Five of Swords in reverse mean for Scorpios and their question? What's this Five of Swords in reverse mean for Scorpios and their question? Boom. So I'm clarifying. I know this means defeat by your defeat over two other people. So I don't know if this is a third party or was a third party situation anyway. You're optimistic, okay, about the future and about love, and you're healing. I don't think you're going to wait for this person. And the cards say you shouldn't. What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this question? What is the advice for Scorpios in regards to this question? Ooh, that was fast. Money worship. Says self-interest rules decisions and disregards fairness. Values are for sale to the highest bidder. Money comes first and ethical concerns come second. Okay. It's a 27, so 7, 8, 9. 9s are endings. Let's see how it's on a seesaw. And just focusing on money. Scorpios are able to, digital whisper. You might give him a chance. I'm sorry for only focusing on the message we exchanged, not the emotions behind them. I should have looked deeper into what you were really saying. So, I saw a TikTok the other day, or listened to one, and it was a recording of some kind of show, like someone and Jules in the morning or whatever. And this man called up the radio station and said, my wife hasn't spoken to me in a week, and I just want to know what's going on, So they call her, and somehow during the conversation, it's revealed that he's on the line listening to her. And he goes, why won't you call? And she goes, you seriously don't know why? And he said, no, it's because I said your friend was hot. And she's like, no, that's not what it is. I looked right into your eyes while you were playing a game. And I tried to get your attention, and while you were remaining on the game, I told you I was pregnant, and you said, that's good, honey, what's for dinner, or something like that. Just like going through the motions of a relationship. doing what is expected, but not what is right or appropriate. So you're healing, and you're hopeful for the. You're not devastated by whatever this was, or the devastation has passed. You're like, you know what? I lost that one. Didn't work out. It was a third party, it looks like, anyway. And so I'm healing, and I'm just going to move on. Okay? So keep on moving on is the advice. Okay, so now we're going to read for Sagittarius. And everybody. And at the end, after Pisces, I'm going to do a divination session, okay? Should Sagittarius wait for the persons who they're thinking about now or move on forever? Should Sagittarius wait for the persons whom they're thinking about now or move on forever? So should Sagittarius wait for the persons who they're thinking about now or move on forever? Boom. Ooh. Just like Aries. Yeah, everybody's healing, so everybody knows. I don't know, if this person's a soldier, then it's okay to wait. Knight of Wands. They're just full of action. There's an ending of some kind, though. I don't feel like they're... I don't know. They view it as an ending. They may still be hot for you, but this person feels very conscientious of you, and they might refrain or stop themselves from reaching out. Not that they want to get together, but they might still want to sleep with you, I'm going to say. But they don't want to make it murky or bad for you. They want you to heal. This person cares about you. It's just you're not for them. You're not the forever person, according to the cards. Okay? So they're being really respectful of you and your needs, and them and their needs. You know? Okay. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. What's this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Sagittarius and their question? What's this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Sagittarius and their question? What's this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Sagittarius and their question? Ten of Cups in the upright. 2 tens as a tarot cluster mean lucky break or a new job. Okay. They either have one or you're going to get one. And then you have the 9 of Cups. But no, 8 of Cups. Walking away. There's something lucky coming in. You're healing. So I just leave it alone. It's just about smexy smecks anyway. This person cares about how this works out for you. They don't want you hanging on. They don't want you waiting, you know. So they're being very respectful of you, Sagittarius, okay? So what is the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius in regards to this question? What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius? This just literally popped out. I don't like pop-outs. Puppet. Trapped in a cycle of consumption and never satisfied, shallow satisfaction from consumerism is short-lived. Monetary chains hold you back from true happiness. They want you to move on. Okay, and in a way they're controlling the ending, but who cares? And then family ties. Here it is in the upright. What could have been a source of unity has become a symbol of separation. This bond we once had feels distant and broken. You were my other half, my heart, and my confidant. Again, this person has feelings. They view you as a human being and not a thing to be used, right? I like that. Okay, now we're moving on to Capricorn. Oh, I feel so distracted right now. I don't know if there's trouble with your home, like someone you live with, you know, or a friend who's having roommate problems, something like this. So, should Capricorn wait for their person who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Capricorns wait for their persons or move on forever? Should Capricorns wait for their persons or move on forever? Should Capricorns wait for their persons or move on forever? Oh, I think I see the card. This one's hiding. Ah, there. Got it. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to have to clarify because it's a little tricky. In a way, the cards are saying, yes, you should wait. Okay. Here's this Ace of Wands. You have a new beginning coming, or you have fresh energy moving into the connection. However, the Knight of Cups is in reverse, but we have to clarify because this could just mean I'm not guarding my emotions, right? And then, but you have the Five of Cups. There's a remorsefulness, there's a regret, right? There might even be shame. Okay, so I have to clarify. So I'll clarify the Nine of Cups in reverse. The cards are saying, yes, you should wait. I'm not telling you you should wait. The cards are saying you should wait, okay? You're the only sign that that answer came up with. And what's this Nine of Cups in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to their question? What's this Nine of Cups in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to their question? What is this Nine of Cups in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to their question? What does this Nine of Cups in the reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to their question? Boom. Seven of Swords in reverse. So this means someone's hiding their emotions but pretending that they're not. Okay, there's deception. And then there's heartbreak. Well, that certainly changes things. If you go back, there's heartbreak. You might get a new beginning. You might be getting a clean slate. This might be the outcome. This remorsefulness card. So let's get the ultimate outcome from the Oracle. Well, no, let's get the advice. What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What is the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? Speculation is in reverse. Number 48. That equals 12, which is the hangman. Half of the hangman is 6, which is the Lover's card. Half of this Lover's card is the Empress card, right? Don't follow other speculation advice blindly. They made you believe it's a shortcut, but in reality, it's just a waste of time. I now know that was untrue. So you know this was deception. Quite possibly self-deception. But the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Swords is not a great combination underneath the 9 of Cups. Okay? There's a chance that it might work out, but the advice is to not speculate about it. Okay? I mean, it feels like you're apart than you are. Okay? So that's the basic bottom line. Okay, Aquarius. It's your age. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Should Aquariuses wait for their persons who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Aquariuses wait for the persons whom they're thinking about right now or wait forever? Should Aquariuses wait for the persons right now or wait forever? Should Aquariuses wait for the persons whom they're thinking about right now or wait forever or move on forever? God, I kept messing that up. Hold on. I don't want to confuse the cards, okay? Should Aquarius wait for the persons whom they're thinking about right now? I hate this deck already. I don't like this new deck. I don't like when it's hard to riffle them, you know? Cards shouldn't be difficult to shuffle. They stick together and they jam. Ooh, looks like I'm alone now. Okay. Should Aquariuses wait for their persons right now or move on forever? Should Aquariuses wait for their persons right now, who they're thinking about right now, or move on forever? I heard F it, except it was like the full version of that. The answer is no. No money stability if you wait and return to them. Someone doesn't know how to keep promises. There's no stability. Okay, that's pretty succinct. I don't need to clarify that. Should Pisces wait for the persons who they're thinking about right now or move on forever? I heard move on forever. Should Pisces wait for the persons whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Should Pisces wait for the persons whom they're thinking about? I heard Gemini. Like you should move on from a Gemini. Or move on forever. Oops. Should Pisces wait for the persons whom they're thinking about right now or move on forever? Boom. Definitely no. But don't lose hope either, just in general. Okay? You're out of your head or no longer attached. Still in troubled waters, but this is about to turn upright, I feel. But the next card is the Seven of Swords. So you're in danger in the near future of deceiving yourself and going back to this Eight of Swords. But ultimately, you're going to, this is any water sign or an Aquarius, okay? You're going to be hopeful sometime in the near future. The cards say no, okay? I don't really think I need to clarify that. So let's get the ultimate outcome. Aquarius and Pisces were short readings, huh? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to the question? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to their question? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces in regards to their question? Ooh, I heard choke on it. B. Like that full word after. Yikes. It's like a super masculine, cruel energy. Okay. Malfunction in reverse. Here's in the upright number 12 card, which matches the Hangman. See how this person's car has broken down, presumably on the side of the road. And it says, our relationship, much like a machine, has developed cracks that need attention. Ignoring these issues won't make them disappear. Instead, it pushes us further apart. We've been stuck in a cycle of avoidance, resisting the necessary changes. So you're going to keep resisting them. And then you're going to move on to, you're going to have a new love come into your life. I think Taurus had that, or Gemini. I forget. But remember, the intuits we're getting were move on from Gemini, right? So I'm just saying, you might repeat a cycle with the Gemini. How lucky for you. Or how unlucky. I'm going to do a divining rods reading. If you give me a... Oh, everybody's left. Okay, well, I'm just going to move on from that then. Anyway, have a beautiful day, and I will see you next week. Okay? Bye.